Hey Refinery, it was incredible. Last week was Blacklight Dodgeball, and it's been so long since I've seen some of your faces. Some of you middle schoolers really have grown up. It is amazing to get us all back in one place, and we are on the way for that to be the case. We're processing through how we can gain the stuff that we've gained from home groups, but also come back so that we can hang out, so that we can worship together, and all sorts of stuff that I know I've been missing for the last year. But one of the series that we're going to do to kind of finish off the year is on prayer. Last series we talked about practical discipleship. When we're talking about finances, we talked about that as well in dealing with media. In practical discipleship, prayer is definitely part of that. We want to know how we can talk to God and that kind of stuff, right? And so I was just blown away with this passage in Luke 11 where the disciples came to Jesus and they said, "Lord, teach us to pray," just as John taught the disciples. And then Jesus goes through the Lord's Prayer, and that was a specific teaching spot for discipleship, for Jesus to teach his disciples how to pray. And so I have put together a pre-assessment, if you will, a pre-test, if you will, just to kind of gauge where we are at as a group, so we can kind of lean into some important things. So I have put into the Slack and sent out a message as well in regards to this assessment, but it's just a form that is anonymous. I want you to be able to share your thoughts without me thinking, oh, this person really thinks that. And so I want you to jump on that form, fill it out. But this week in home group, I want us to take time to pray for each other, to lift each other up in prayer, to lift our city up in prayer, to lift our state, our nation, the world. Lift up those friends that came to Refinery up in prayer. There's so much that we can be praying for, that we can approach God for. So take some time, and I'm not saying, just praying for like Aunt Susie who has a toe fungus that won't go away. I'm saying pray for significant needs. I know there are things that students are in rough situations right now. Seniors, we can lift them up in finishing a full year of virtual or just kind of not normal school. There's so many things that we can be praying for. So let's lift each other up in prayer. Let's lift our friends, nation, etc. Right? So take some time, pray. This is a short video because I want us to kind of gauge where we're at in prayer, and then hopefully at the end we would. If you don't feel comfortable necessarily tonight in home group to pray out loud with one another, hopefully by the end of the series, we feel comfortable to pray with one another, that we feel comfortable approaching God, his throne, in praying. And it's not just for meals, it's not just for bedtime, but it is a pray continually, if you will. So we'll see you guys next week as we continue our series in prayer.